welcome back to another week of Techy Tuesday. This month we're going to be going over different realtor essentials, some websites that are going to help you organize and maintain your life and your database to just help you push forward. So today we're going to go over a little bit about Calendly. What Calendly does is lets you set up a booking calendar for yourself. That way your clients, other agents, anyone that you need to meet with, you're able to just send them a link to your open availability. They're only going to be able to schedule during the times that you set them to be able to schedule with you. That way you're able to keep some consistency in your meetings and appointments times. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how you would set up a Calendly. It is a free service. Now there are paid upgrades that you can use with it. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But for the most part, you can create this for free. So I definitely wanted to show you guys it's an amazing tool that can help out your business. So what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to go ahead and log in or sign up for an account. When you sign up for an account, you'll put in your email. If you do have a Gmail, it's going to prompt you to sign up using that Gmail account. This way your syncs and your integrations with like your Google Calendar are already going to be set up for you when you get in. And it's going to ask us a couple of questions to get started. So it's going to say, welcome to Calendly. You're going to want to go ahead and create your URL. What this does is you'll see here at the front, it's going to have calendly.com. That's going to be the main website if you were going to go in and check on your account. But if your clients were to put in calendly.com, they are not going to be able to find your booking calendar. You're going to need to give them the full URL link, like you can see up here at the top where it says calendly.com/app/intros/settings. That's the URL that gets us directly to this page. So we are doing something similar, and we are choosing what's going to appear after that slash. So it's going to be calendly.com/whatever this URL you've chosen to use. So for me, I would want to keep all of my branding the same. So if I was K Ratliff Realty, then I could put that in there as my backslash. So depending on you and your team name or your group name, you can go ahead and customize that backslash. So anytime you put this link, say on your business cards or on your Facebook, it's going to be calendly.com/whatever URL slug you've chosen there. So then here, you're going to want to make sure you do choose the correct time zone so that you don't get your bookings mixed up and show up an hour late to things. So after you've done that, you'll go ahead and hit continue. It's going to check to see if there's any current conflicts, and it's also going to add events to my Google Calendar. So if my booking link is open so that people can schedule with me every single Monday from 12 to 5 for 30-minute appointment times in there, but I have a class that I want to go to at the main office that's going to be at 2 o'clock. If I put that class into my Google Calendar, Calendly is going to block it off so that even though your open availability inside of Calendly says 12 to 5 or 12 to 6, and when you actually go to put that in, it's going to show up that it is blocked out. No one's going to be able to schedule during that time. Same thing with we'll add events. So if you schedule somebody in through Calendly, through your link, then that appointment time is going to automatically sync over to your Google Calendar so that you never lose those appointments. You're not having to come into Calendly and double check a second area. All you'll need to do is put things into your Google Calendar and it'll sync back into Calendly. So we're going to continue through this. Now we're going to set our available hours. So you can set these however you want. Now you can do a little bit more customization with them later on. So if you're looking and you're not able to do exactly what you want and set up, you're going to be able to get a little bit more advanced with these hours in just a second. So maybe you want to say every Monday, Tuesday available from 12 to 5 in there, and now those are going to be the only times they're able to schedule. So we're going to stick that in for now. And then personalize your experience. If you want to add in some other stuff in here, you can. I'm just going to put other for now. So you're going to see that took us in here to where we can start editing and building out that So you'll see that it takes us in here to where we can actually start editing and building out our appointment types. So you can have multiple different appointment types with their own open availability. So I'll show you here like this 30-minute meeting that it just automatically created for me. I can hit the settings gear right here. If I did need to delete this out, I could, but for now I'm just going to edit the current settings. So I'm going to click on what is this event. It's going to give me my event name. 30-minute meeting is what it defaulted to, but say I want to have an option for listing consultations as well as buying consultations. So event name, I'm going to say listing consultation. Location, if you were going to meet them here in person in the office, if you're going to do this all over Zoom, phone calls, you can set up where you're going to have this event so that they know ahead of time. So we're going to say we're going to do all of our consultations over Zoom. Now you will notice here it's saying my Zoom is not connected. I do need to go to the integration page. We'll look at that in just a second, but Calendly does have a lot of really cool integrations that you can add into it if you're using other services. And then under the description, we can say here exactly what we're going to be doing. This is a 30-minute consultation to go over a listing presentation, or whatever you want it to say there. You can add that. Any extra notes, any details, maybe you need them to have their laptop if it's an in-person meeting. So you could say, please bring your laptop, or any other details you wanted to add into that instruction box. Then it's going to ask you your event link. So just like we did at the beginning where we created that backslash so that we get to a very specific page, we're going to create that backslash here. So it's going to say calendly.com/kratliffrealty/ and then I get to choose the name for this one. So I'm going to put listing consultations. Now with this, remember that it is a part of a URL, so you're not going to be able to do special characters like exclamation points or spaces or anything like that. It all has to be one word. And then you can choose colors, that way it's easy to tell the difference between your different appointment types on your schedule. So we're going to save and close that and go into our next section. When can people book this? Right now I have it set that they can only book 2 months in advance. You can set this to however you want. They can only book a month in advance, or they can book as far out into the future. So you could get a booking for 6 months from now if you wanted to. So you can set what your date range is going to be to. Duration is how long the actual meeting is going to last. Typically these are going to be 30 or 60-minute appointments, but you can also customize that as well. And then here, how do you want to offer your availability? We can use our existing schedule that we've already put in there, which means that they would be able to book for 30-minute appointments anytime between 12 and 5 on these different days. If you did want to set custom hours or change those, you can. So I can say maybe I only offer my listing appointments on Monday and Fridays. So I'll go ahead and take Tuesday off. You can also add padding for yourself in between the events. That way, both before and after, you can have a set amount of time to be able to decompress, get things together before you have to roll directly into the next meeting. So you can set those buffer times to however long you feel like you will need. And we're going to save and close that. You do have options here to do questions ahead of time. So these are required or optional questions that you can have people answer when they're signing up for an event with you. What you'll need to do is you can hit add new question, and it's going to have you type that question in. So we could say, what is the listing you are wanting to discuss? And then you have answer types, so you can give them multiple lines, checkboxes, drop downs. So you can really tailor this to be what you need from that person. So I'm just going to do a one-liner here. We're going to apply that question. So that's going to let them put in their listing. You can also drag these questions around into different orders so you can see and organize those the way that you would want to. Once you've said that, again, you'll hit save and close. Something really cool as well are the workflows. I'm not going to get too much into these, but we'll be able to come in here and apply workflows. So as soon as somebody signs up for a meeting with you, they can get notifications, they can get email reminders. After the appointment time has concluded, you can send them thank you emails. These are all automations just to make your life a little bit easier. And then you also have your notifications and your cancellation policies. So this will send them a Google Calendar invite or an Office 365. Anytime someone books an appointment through here, it'll automatically go to your Gmail. And if you put any events in your Gmail that might override the workflow or the schedule that you have inside of Calendly, that'll go ahead and kind of override that, so no one's going to be able to schedule if you have a class or another meeting that you've scheduled into your Google Calendar. Now, some of these other things like the email reminders, email follow-ups, it's going to ask you if you want to personalize these. Right now, they're just going to be preset messages. If you want to personalize them, you will need to upgrade to the paid version of Calendly. But at least you get those reminders and everything with the stock if you're just using the free version. And then if you were collecting payments for anything, I doubt most of you guys will be using that, but it is an option. And then you can kind of see what your confirmation page is going to look like for them and add in some of those items. And then once you're fully done with this, you'll have that set listing consultation appointment in here. And then maybe you also needed to do a buying consultation appointment. We could go to new event type. You're going to do one-on-one. You can also do group if you plan on doing group things. And then we're going to go through the same steps you went through when we were editing that other one. You're just going to start it fully from scratch on that. So that way you can have as many different appointment types as you want to. And then up at the top, you can see your availability. This is where you can set your main schedule if you are going to need to set those. And then you can also date override certain things if there are specifics that you need to add in there. And then the integrations. This is where you're going to be able to add things like Zoom, Firefox, your Outlook calendar, other places if you're not really going to be using everything onto Google Calendar. So make sure you come in and check on all of your different integrations here, see what you can connect and how it all works. If you guys do have any questions on actually setting up the Calendly, I'm more than happy to help you out with that. But you'll see right here on my main page, it has my Calendly link. So that initial URL we set up, if I follow that link, it's going to take me to the booking site, where if I had those multiple appointments, I'd be able to choose between all of them. When I do click on listing consultation, you'll see, remember, I had set my days to only be Mondays and Fridays, 12 to 5. So now you're going to notice that it's only open Mondays and Fridays. If I click on one of those open circles, it's going to show any time that I have available based on the buffers and things that I set up originally. And then it's going to ask to confirm. And then after that, they'll schedule that event and they'll start getting their confirmation emails based on how you set them up when you were editing. If you have any questions, you can sign up for an appointment with Eileen and I at letsgettechy.com, and we can help you walk through and help you create this Calendly account. Thanks for watching.